Give me Sqweeby's decks real quick.
Yeah, so all right, what do we got on the side of Sqweeby? We got did you do this purposely? We have Barrier, we have God, can I already not use the names? Hold on, we're getting into the game, it looks like.
They are in game. You can no longer use
all right,
names.
hold on, we're gonna go over. This is gonna be really difficult. I'm just gonna preface this whole game cast with that. So we have Keanu Reeves and goddamn, hold on. All right, we have Keanu Reeves and Clint Eastwood here on the side of Tenchuu, right? Is that what? No, what is he currently playing?
Wrong.
What is no? He's all right. He's actually queuing into Keanu Reeves and God. This is a lot harder than I thought. I don't have one prepared for her. No.
That's because
Jamie Lee Curtis.
What is the name of Sokka's girlfriend? What's the name of Sokka's girlfriend? My girlfriend turned into the moon. What was her name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about too. I have no idea. I got no clue.
Oh my! I can't believe we're already floundering this so hard.
All right. So we have Sqweeby here. Turn one, Tenchuu throwing out the stork. This is gonna be so. I know we're so ill prepared for this. Oh my God! And then what do we call spells? Like they don't have
Yue.
They don't have people.
Her name was Yue, and she
Yue?
turned into the moon. There's actually a really sad theory about her.
Oh my God! All right, this is gonna be one hell of a long match. It's all I'm gonna say. Oh man! But on the side of Sqweeby, we have Azog being drawn there off the top, followed by a. I don't know what to call spells.
Who is Azog?
It's an orc.
Did you just Google orc name?
Yes. Oh my God! No, actually, who did I actually have? All right, no, we have it's the Rock. All right, we got Dwayne Johnson in the hand of Sqweeby.
Wrong. That's a Furby.
That's a Furby.
The leveled up version can be Dwayne Johnson, but that's a Furby.
The level 1 version is already a leveled up Furby. So...
Just a big Furby.
Oh man.
I feel like we have to be able to say Spiderling, right? Because is that even its name actually?
I'm gonna go with Arachnophobia. That's a movie name, which is a good movie, by the way. We get some Arachnophobia going on here on the side of Sqweeby, with some more in hand as well. So we'll see if those are going to come in big here a little bit later. Grim Reaper off the top, though, for Sqweeby.
All right. So instead of defaulting to bad habits and turning play-by-play because we have card names we need to come up with, let's actually like cast like we normally would.
Play-by-play, 2 OP.
In this slow Nightfall up against the tables, ladders, and chairs deck, who are we feeling like has the advantage here?
Oh, man. So this is interesting. I mean, it really is going to depend with Sqweeby. As per usual with this deck, if we're able to just curve out into turn 8, being able to get down the combo that quickly. And honestly, with this hand, it's looking pretty good. I mean, we have 2 Grim Reapers in hand. We got Dwayne Johnson, right? We can get some of those big old rocks onto the field. And we got the Lucy Liu in hand. So I don't know why I went with her. But that will enable us to have the turn 8 combo online, I think. So Sqweeby right now, looking at the hands, I think has the advantage here.
Yeah, Sqweeby's got the Ice Queen already. We've got Ichabod Crane. We're going to be able to get down Weevil and obliterate our opponent's deck. Say goodbye to Exodia. Your grandpa's deck is full of pathetic cards. Throw it all in the ocean.
Oh, that's the easy route, right? We just use all Yu-Gi-Oh card names. I didn't think of that.
No. It's not a card name. It's a character.
No, but now that I'm thinking of it, like we have Dark Hole.
That's a cop
like
out. So we got down Big Furby, and I know that a lot of players have been talking about like, oh, you know, Big Furby comes down, and like it's not a threat. You shouldn't be using removal tools on it. There's sort of this awkward part. While you want to save the removal for Weevil, you can't just lose to the Furby if you don't deal with it. Dwayne the Rock Johnson is a fucking specimen of a human being, and if you don't throw a meteor at him, he's not gonna die. And he will eventually kill you.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a problem for sure. So we'll see if Tenchu's going to be able to deal with it here. Lots of moon card generation though in hand on the side of Tenchuu. Getting started here with, what did you call her again? What was the name that you ended up finding? Yue. We got Yue coming down here for Tenchuu, and we got a little Weasel in hand. We might be able to throw down here on the next turn, get some elusive action going here on the field. So we'll see if Tenchuu is able to, I don't know, keep up the tempo, I guess, right? If we don't continue the tempo here on the side of Tenchuu, Sqweeby is just going to be able to hang around, you know, let this rock just control the board like he does best and not really be at risk of dying. And if we're not at risk of dying for the next couple of turns, turn 8 is going to be very easily assembled, like you said, kind of assembling that Exodia there and obliterating not quite the opponent, but the deck. And then eventually the opponent will lose the game.
I'm actually kind of curious how. So I'm looking at the way things are lining up in Sqweeby's hand right now, and because we have the mirror on the wall, we're gonna be able to get that boulder down, level up the rock, get down another boulder, throw out Ichabod Crane, pull out the Ice Queen, and then we will have Weevil in hand. We could just throw that down for I don't think 0 mana. It is going to be a little bit awkward. We might actually have to like risk it a little bit and throw out the Ice Queen on 7 so that we can properly assemble Weevil on turn 8.
Well, we got Balto coming in for the attack here. We're going to get the 4 lifesteal down onto Tenchuu. That's an OG reference, right? Disney, baby.
I was gonna go with Evo, but
good old Balto in hand.
Balto.
And on the side of Tenchuu, we do have the Mushu's spell in hand there, being able to generate a Celestial card at some point. So we'll see if Tenchuu is...
What words are you saying?
Mushu, man, Mulan. The Mulan dragon, Mushu. There's a dragon on the card.
How are you not saying Shenron?
Oh, Shenron's a really good one. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It actually literally looks like Shenron. I'm not going to lie. But...
I'm not even the Dragon Ball fan out of the two of us.
But a snowstorm is a-coming. We are going to get the 2 damage here onto all the units on field. So we'll see what we're able to clear out there. And yeah, I mean, I still am loving Sqweeby's position, right? I mean, we're going into turn 7 now, still at a very healthy 18 health, which feels really good on the side of Sqweeby. Oh man, we got to think of a good one for this. I mean...
I feel like Tenchuu, like you can take the double stun, you could take Cthulhu, and I feel like Cthulhu might actually be the answer. If you take the double stun, yes, you can stop Weevil, but there's 2 Matron in Sqweeby's hand, so they're going to be... Or 2 Ichabod Crane in Sqweeby's hand. We knew it was going to happen at one point.
You slipped. Yeah, but let's just all know you were the first one to slip, okay?
2 Ichabod Crane in Sqweeby's hand, so we are eventually going to be able to stick Weevil. It is a little bit scary for Tenchuu because we don't currently have an answer for that, and instead we throw both those options out the window and go for Orion's Belt.
Ooh, Orion's Belt. I like it. Man, I would argue that would have been Shenron, though. I'm just going to throw that one out there because I feel like that's definitely a finisher. But I like Cthulhu. It's good. It's good. I like it. So we'll see if Dwayne Johnson's able to make an impact here on the side of Sqweeby and come in strong as he usually does. And honestly, we got 2 more turns. You know, 2 more turns until Sqweeby is able to assemble this combo here. Going to be able to get... Man, what do you call an inanimate object? See, now I'm like, that's the rock. That technically is the... See, this is Dwayne Johnson going in for the attack, and in hand we have the rock. This is his alter ego. So we'll see if we can get the rock coming down here in a couple of turns.
That's why this is just a big Furby at the meantime. Like, you can't be Dwayne Johnson until the rock comes in. It makes you. You are the rock before you are Dwayne Johnson.
All right, so Furby transforms into Dwayne Johnson. We got it. We figured this out.
So we're going to play our little Green Goblin Pipe Bomb, and are we just going to grab a... Oh, right, it draws a card. I thought for some reason that Orion's Belt got cast in that sequence somewhere, and that's how we were getting UA to hand, but the Green Goblin Pipe Bomb does just draw a card, so instead we are going to get the Council of Legends. That is the name of something in some anime. Is it a reference I know? No, but that's definitely something.
I'm gonna go with the Justice League on that one.
That's much more reasonable.
All right. We got Justice League in hand. We'll see how it works out here in just a sec. I feel like the Council of Legends is a cop out. You're using half the card name. I mean, come on.
Probably, that's fair.
You know, we always talk about having to get off to a slow start here when we do casts, like. You know, so we like to have this 1 round of Swiss before the top 8. Bad idea having the very first round be this challenging to cast.
It's not much of a warm-up, especially since I feel like you and I don't know what the other is saying. But what I will say is that in the meantime, Tenchuu still does not have an answer for Weevil throwing his deck into the ocean. Like, we don't have the silence, we don't have an obliterate. We might be able to find something out of the Justice League, see if Superman can throw a meteor at him, but it's not looking great for Tenchuu. And as we had mentioned, Sqweeby has multiple Ichabod Crate. We are going to be able to just summon out Weevil turn after turn.
Well, Dark Hole here might make an impact off the top as well. We'll keep this Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference train going. And right now, not really the greatest draw, as Sqweeby actually has the tempo on his side of the field, which is... I don't know. It's unfortunate for Tenchuu. You know, like I said earlier, not being able to really push the issue here with Balto earlier on, getting more damage through, just not really getting the job done. Now, finally getting some Keanu Reeves action onto the field, but not sure how much that's really going to get done this late in the game now.
I feel like once a certain amount of mana is committed, and this Keanu Reeves coming down might not be enough because Tenchuu is still going to be at 6 mana. We want them to get a little bit lower. I would like to see Sqweeby run out the S-Death so that we can actually just play the rock, mirror the rock, play it again, throw out this Ichabod into Ichabod, get a 0 mana Watcher, or even Ichabod the Watcher. That's going to give us another 0 mana Watcher, and just... Or,
excuse me.
Weevil. And
I was just going to say, excuse me, sir.
Just go... We're good casters, all right? We default to card names like good boys. But what I'm trying to say here is that things are still looking really rough for Tenchuu. Doesn't seem to have the cards available to stop Sqweeby's combo. And I think that if Tenchuu continues to tap a little bit more, try to push her aggressively this turn, which you might have to do. If the Justice League is going to end the game, they can't 20-0 you. You're going to have to whittle your opponent down just a little bit, and seeing the Overwhelm come down onto Balto, I think that Tenchuu is going to continue to tap out lower and lower throughout the turn, and Sqweeby's going to find that window that they need to really set up lethal on the next turn.
Yeah, and I mean, the Justice League is such high RNG, right? Justice League, you can grab absolutely anything. It's amalgamation of heroes in there. We have Superman, we have, Aquaman, we have Wonder Woman, so who knows what Giant Celestial we will actually get out of Justice League if that is the route that we decide to go a little bit later.
Are you implying that we're going to call the Celestials by members of the Justice League?
I went for it. I guess that's...
Which one's Aquaman? Actually, I know which one's Aquaman. It's the 3-drop.
Wait,
That's Aquaman.
Wait, really? The 3-drop?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I mean, I guess I could go with that, yeah. I'm going to go with Immortal... I'm going to go with that one. It's Wonder Woman. Why? I don't know. Just feel like it, man. It's a glorious bird. All right.
This might be vengeance to protect Dwayne here.
Yeah, Balto with the Lifesteal and Overwhelm tags now, looking to just threaten a lot of damage coming in. Finally going to do some damage to Sqweeby, but again, I really do think this is a day late and a dollar short. You know, we're about to hop into turn 8 here in just a second. We pretty much have the combo established already in hand, and man, this is insane. I'm actually...
If Tenchuu attacks with Keanu Reeves, that's so good for Sqweeby. Sqweeby actually would love to clear out most of their units this turn to make way for that massive combo setup. You need as much board space as possible if you are actually going to drop double Weevil and guarantee that you get to obliterate your opponent's deck.
Yeah, and we got Hearth Stone Brew here, taking the block onto Balto. Gonna end up dying. So, unfortunately, Tavern Keeper not gonna stick around to serve people any drinks for the time being.
Oh, what was that?
Excuse me, Hearth Stone Brew? Hearthstone? No, that's his job. Hearth Stone Brew is a Tavern Keeper.
That's the card name.
But he's also a Tavern Keeper, okay?
You didn't like the Council of Legends. I don't like calling him Tavern Keeper.
All right, you're gonna veto that one?
Absolutely.
Well, no, it's technically Hearth. Wait, Hearth Stonebrew is not his name in this game. It's his name in Hearthstone.
No, but you did call him a Tavern
So let's
Keeper.
just go with Stonebrew then.
Sure. I like how I don't think you've called anything an anime character or an actor so far, other than like the two you had pre-written down.
I mean, listen, in my defense, I had a lot of good ones, okay? I had all right, Cameron Diaz, all right? What was this? It was Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu, okay? What do you think those were? Think about the movie. Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore. What movie were they in? Chat's got my back.
It's something, Charlie's Angels.
So what champions were they? Let's go. Come on, your lore. Where's your lore at for Runeterra?
Do you mean where's my lore at for Charlie's
Three sisters, man. 3 sisters. Come on. That's an easy one.
You were gonna. Chat, does anybody know any casters that are looking for co-casters?
Come on, that was...
And are fine working like 80 hours a week for no pay. I also need you to run production.
It's easy. It's super easy, I promise. Oh, man.
This is really, really bad for Tenchuu. I don't know why we started killing things, because now we're going to have the opportunity to get the double Weevil. This was the worst case scenario for Tenchuu, and it has been realized.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sqweeby... I mean, but we knew this was coming, right? I mean, when we saw the very first hand drawn on the side of Sqweeby, we knew that this was probably going to end on turn 8. Like, you can't have that good of a first hand. You know, having Ichabod Crane, having Exodia, having... Basically, you had Exodia in your starting hand. Like, essentially, if Sqweeby could have shown Tenchuu his hand, I guarantee Tenchuu would have been like, like, this is... You're probably going to win, man. Like, I just surrender.
I don't understand why Tenchuu killed the Arachnoid, because that just made more board space for Sqweeby to actually be able to get off the full combo. Oh, look, you found a falling comet. That is exactly what you needed. You got bailed out by RNG here, Tenchuu. I'm so heated, I said the name of the card.
Superman coming in with the meteor here. So, again, going to get a little bit of Shenron action as well. But Tenchuu not going to have the mana to go ahead and pop that bad boy down. Are going to get the stun onto the Exodia. So, we'll see if that's gonna really... I mean, it's gonna at least drag the game out a couple more turns, but I mean, how reliably can we get Gravitum over and over and over again, especially with the ability to actually have an open attack? But here is Exodia number 2.
And this is a complete and utter disaster. We are going to lose our permanent Weevil. We are going to lose our temporary Weevil, and we are left with not a lot. And Tenchuu shouldn't have too much of a problem picking up the game from here. We do have that Shenron in hand that should be able to find us a win condition. And because we lost Dwayne Johnson a little bit earlier, it's going to be so long before Sqweeby can actually get down second Dwayne, level it into the rock, and start to put significant pressure on Tenchuu. It's looking bad for Sqweeby.
Yeah, I mean, just the way that this ended up playing out, Sqweeby just losing all of the win conditions here.
Well,
man.
At the same time, Sqweeby is left with the leveled S-Death, who is going to be creating these ice spikes every single turn, just throwing out these Frostfangs all over the place. And that's going to pop a Spell Shield, and we do have Vengeance for the first win condition that Tenchuu finds. There's no value in these Spell Thieves, right? Like, there's no, like, insane game-winning value here. Maybe Mirror Mirror. I think Mirror Mirror is actually your best bet in order to copy a win con that is hit by the kill spell.
And I'm not really sure... all right, is there a way, though, like, how does Sqweeby actually win the game without having Exodia or Weeble, as you have been so greatly referred to him as? How do we...
Well, we have 2 units with 5 attack or more in hand, and that's enough.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but that's...
You don't need like a big fancy throw your deck in the ocean and win con. Sometimes if you just punch your opponent in the face enough, they don't get back up.
But that's assuming what? That Tenchuu doesn't find any good Justice League heroes to help him out here? Like, is that the idea?
The first Justice League hero gets kryptonited immediately.
All right, we got another meteor in hand of Tenchuu, so Superman about to come down again here. And, you know, again, we've been sitting on this dark hole for a while, and, you know, I mentioned it a little while ago. I don't really think this is going to get that much value in the hand of Sqweeby. You know, there's never really been a really wide field for Tenchuu. Sqweeby's actually had the tempo advantage for most of the game. Up until now, it finally seems like it's starting to shift a little bit after that, you know, double Weevil turn there. So we got to get Dwayne Johnson down. We got to get him rocking and rolling here. Get one of the rocks down alongside him and just start to try to push through some overwhelm damage or something. You have actually said the V word many a time, and I think we're both having trouble figuring out what to call that card because I can't think of anything either.
It's like,
I mean,
because I could rename it something else, but it's not like a reference to anything, right? Like,
no, it's like I just thought of Ryuk. Maybe we call him Ryuk.
I was trying to think of what kind of gun Dirty Harry had.
Dirty Harry. Wow, Jesus. I mean, actually, you know what?
He monologues about it a little bit.
I mean, honestly, see, I'm thinking Ryuk, but maybe light Yagami, or what is it, Yagami?
You just want to call it the Death Note?
Or just call it the Death Note. There we go, the Death Note. We'll just call it the actual name of the anime. Got this Death Note in hand. We'll see if it's able to pick off something on the side of Tenchuu here a little bit later. I imagine it is going to go towards one of the Justice League heroes. So, Death Note just taking care of one of them. Looks like we got chat. 44 Magnum. We're on top of it there.
Thanks, chat. I've never actually seen that movie, so...
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Gonna get so much more cultured, Boulevard.
Where? Okay, so here's the thing. It's 2021. Where would I... Let's say I want to watch that movie. Where do I find it?
What? You literally just answered the question. It's 2021. Literally anywhere. Go Google it.
That's not true. It's not on Netflix. It's not on Hulu. It's not on any streaming service. They don't have old movies. There's no Blockbuster I can run down to pick it up. And I'm not buying it. I just want to watch it one time.
I mean, I guess getting free movies online, it's not a victimless crime, right? So, I mean...
That's illegal. Are you doing illegal stuff? And
No.
talking about it on broadcast? That's crazy.
Never.
You're going to jail.
Oh, man. All right, Rock coming in. Gonna finally get some overwhelm damage here from Dwayne Johnson on the left. We'll see if Lucy Liu on the right here is able to pitch in some help as well. Unfortunately, not joined by her her sisters here today.
I'm sorry, you want to call
Yes,
her
yes,
Lucy Liu?
she is Lucy Liu. We went over this. Drew Barrymore.
1000% S-Death.
Wait, what is it? S-Death? Is that what you said?
S-Death. She's from Akame ga Kill.
Oh, okay. I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of that. I haven't actually watched the whole thing.
We could call her Aokiji if you want to.
Jesus.
And I actually like that because then I could call this Ice Age.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't even thinking of One Piece characters because honestly, there's a lot of good ones that would probably.
How were you?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, there's so many.
It's the
good
one
ones.
thing you and I have in. It's literally the only thing you and I have in common. Literally the only thing.
I thought
no cap, no
I
exaggeration.
thought we were better friends than that, Boulevard.
The only reason I talked to you is because of One Piece, even though I didn't start it until 5 months ago, and I've known you for a year.
I thought we were better than that, Boulevard.
For the first 7 months.
Yeah, wait, yeah, I'm the one who actually got you into watching One Piece. Come on. Oh, man.
You don't get credit for that. You do not get credit for that.
I mean, I'm going to take a little bit of credit. I was like, dude, you got to watch this.
You can have a crumb of
gee,
credit.
thanks.
You can have a crumb of
Kinda,
credit.
it's like that one shout out I got.
If anybody ever asks, I don't know why this would ever come up, but you can take a little bit of credit.
Ooh, I'm giving the big W to ZZ here. Gonna have to go with Elsa. I mean, Elsa is.
But then, what do you call the card that she generates?
Oh God. Oh.
If you say "let it go," I'm turn on your location.
I mean,
Turn
dude,
on
we
the
might
location.
have to.
I'm
We
coming.
might have to. We might have to. Oh man, now we got 2 rocks on the field. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, 1 rock was insane in the ring. I can only imagine what 2 rocks are gonna do alongside Dwayne Johnson himself. And that overwhelm damage, I do think, is going to be a big deal here. I think it's going to be able to come in and start to potentially close out the game. But we do still have, I think we used Shenron like 3 times, but we do still have 2 Shenron shaping here in hand that'll eventually generate some more Justice League heroes and also heal up Tenchuu just a little bit. So I don't know how much pressure Dwayne Johnson's actually going to be able to put on to Tenchuu here.
It is a question as to whether or not it's going to be enough. Technically, Sqweeby does have a way to fight through both Shenrons, thanks to both the Dark Hole and the 44 Magnum, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about. Are you calling that instead of Death Note 44 Magnum?
Look, we're gonna get lost no matter what we try to call it. You and I are not on the same page on these, so we're just gonna have to let the audience suffer.
There's like too many possible combinations of things. Oh man. And all right, here we go. We'll see which one of the Justice League heroes we're gonna grab. Looks like we do have a Shenron, and this one is gonna be
Go
give me
ahead.
a sec here.
Take your time. I hear you Googling.
Don't say a word, okay?
My lips are sealed.
All right. Maybe that's, you know what? That's Batman. We're gonna go with Batman.
That's so dumb. I hate you.
We're just gonna go with Batman. I mean, we're gonna get the main ones in there, right?
Yeah, that's fair. It is iconic. What do we call the card that throws? Is the 6-mana spell Batarang? Do you Batarang Batman at the next?
Yeah. Yes. Oh man. All right. We have an icicle off the top there. We'll see if it's able to get some value here in a little bit.
Yeah, you want to tell me how that's an anime reference? Just calling something an icicle? I hate you so much.
Hey, you did it earlier too, okay?
Yeah, now I have to flame you for it though.
I don't think we really thought through this challenge before we agreed to it.
Absolutely not. But we are going to actually take the Mirror, copy a Ichabod Crane, and pull out a Batman. Saying that sentence feels like I broke 6 copyright laws.
I think you did, to be honest with you.
I don't know if Tenchuu can actually stabilize from here, because Sqweeby still has the Ice Age in hand alongside the Magnum. Can afford to just take the damage from the Ichabod. The Rock is still going to act as a blocker for something else. And then we just attack again on the following turn with the second Dwayne Johnson that we have in hand. Tenchuu can only go up to 11. I think that's lights out, unless the Green Lantern Ring can pull the Death Note out of Sqweeby's pool.
Possibly. I mean, on the side of Tenchuu, I mean, that top deck of Don Quixote do Flamingo is just not really gonna set it home here. It's a very cheap card, and I don't think it's really gonna get a lot accomplished right now. Flamingo's in the name, don't question it. And it kind of looks like a flamingo, okay?
Are we talking about this card?
Yes.
You want to name one of the 7 warlords of the sea? After
Excuse me, tell me that doesn't look like a flamingo.
Absolutely not. I would rather you call this one Don Quixote do Flamingo. If I knew the names of the celestial dragons, I'd be whipping that out right now.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I also want to avoid spoiler territory.
Yeah. If you guys are trying to watch the rest of One Piece, you shouldn't tune in.
Actually, Sam Shaker in chat has a point. We're actually just casting future magic, preparing for that when, like, you get to Ronald McDonald, your opponent's Frodo.
That's funny, yeah. Oh, man. Well, here we go. We got Shenron coming in for what looks to be a death blow here. But, again, we got this 44 Magnum on backup in hand on the side of Sqweeby. Going to go straight to the face of Shenron. Who would have ever thought a little, tiny, dinky 44 Magnum could take down the one and only great Shenron himself? And it looks like we're actually going to go with the Icicle instead. We'll see what we decide to go with. Whether or not it's going to be the Ice Box or the other one. All right. Looks like we are going to Frostbite Shenron. So with it being ephemeral, we'll end up actually dying at the end of the turn. So not any need to use the 44 Magnum just yet, which is pretty good considering Tenchuu has...
You said dinky little 44 Magnum. Well, to tell you the truth, this is the most powerful handgun in the world that would blow your head clean off. And
okay.
I don't think Batman's feeling
when you compare that to a Shenron, though, I mean, I think Shenron can handle a 44 Magnum is what I'm saying.
Nowhere in any book I've ever read about dragons does it say that they are bulletproof. It never comes
No, but
up.
they're big and they've been shot at. Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Come on.
When did they get
They get shot at in movies.
With a 44 Magnum.
I don't know if it's with the 44 Magnum.
Little arrows from the Stone Age.
All right, we got another Justice League in hand, and it does look like we are going to go that route. See if we can grab ourselves a hero in the next couple of turns.
Should have picked an aggro match.
Yeah, right. And Dwayne Johnson coming down, going to generate a rock in hand. We'll see if the Overwhelm, again, is going to put a little bit of pressure on. I mean, Tenchuu is down to 10 health, so it's very possible that this Overwhelm might be enough. Now, the problem is we currently only behold 3 8+ cost cards. So right now, the Dwayne Johnson is only, I caught myself there. Dwayne Johnson is only going to go up to 8 attack. Another 44 Magnum off the top.
That is a threat of lethal, though.
Yeah, this is...
It is only 1 over, but unless this Green Lantern Ring can get something mighty, and because none of the Magnums have been fired off from Sqweeby first, I think there are actually a couple of good options, because we could get either Charlie's Angels or the card that came out of it, and we do find Charlie's Angels, so we are going to be able to use that to save ourselves here just a little bit longer. But with 2 Magnums in hand, I don't think Tenchuu can fight through that.
Wow, I'm the one that thought of that too with the three sisters, and I don't understand why I didn't think of Charlie's Angels. It's a little slow this morning, guys. This afternoon. And yeah, we are going to go ahead Frostbite Dwayne Johnson here. So feeling a little chilly today. Doesn't want to make his way to the gym, unfortunately. So only going to be pushing just a little bit of damage here on this turn. Bringing Tenchuu down to 6. And I got to say,
I think that's legally defamation of character, saying that The Rock would miss a day in the gym.
He definitely wouldn't if it was a little cold outside, too. And I think, I mean, with both 44 Magnums in hand, even if the Justice League does generate some sort of, whether it be Batman, whether it be Superman, or whether it be Wonder Woman here, I don't think it's really going to matter with these 44 Magnums in hand. Now, if we do get Shenron played to the field here, as we see in hand, then it's going to be a little bit of a problem because we don't currently have a way to proc the spell shield right now.
Actually, we need to sidebar with you for a second.
What's up?
I thought Shenron was star shaping and the Great Beyond was Batman.
Should I mute? Oh, wait, did we already shit? Wait, Shenron.
Shenron is star shaping.
Wait, and Great Beyond is Batman?
And the Great Beyond is Batman. And you keep calling him Shenron. I'm getting a little lost here. Got to be on the same
Can we
page.
just put Shenron in the Justice League? Can he just be like a member? Can we just do that?
Well, then who's Batman?
Well, he's still in the Justice League. Batman. I thought Batman was Destroyer.
That's so lame.
Can you think of another? All right, hold on.
All right, well, we got to get back to the cast. All right. Back to live.
Well, there is a space rhino called Jadoon from Doctor Who.
What?
So I just searched space rhino, and
there's also a Spider-Man villain named Rhino. I feel like that would be easier.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. Oh, we didn't even use Spider-Man yet. There's been no cool Spider-Mans, fortunately.
No, that's I'm 100. There is a champion that I will be calling Spider-Man, and you cannot stop me. Should it come to that? Although I don't think that champion is in any player's lineup.
Oh man.
We agreed to do a full match of this, right? Not just a game.
Oh, do we have to?
This has been a bit of a disaster, but chat seems to like it a little bit, at least. We're not getting flamed.
Yeah, I don't hear anybody complaining just yet. Oh, man. All right. So now, oh, God, Jesus. There's so many, there's so many different like movies and stuff to choose from that it's just, you can't even. Oh, man. We have a Cyclops in hand on the side of Tenchuu. So we'll see if that's going to get some work done here if the Nightfall effect comes out. That's a Cyclops! Come on, man!
He has no eyes.
Yes.
Cyclops means one eye.
No, Cyclops from X-Men, man. Come on.
I was thinking, what? Okay, you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Because I don't. What's the name of the blindfolded guy?
Oh, Jesus. See, I'm so terrible with anime names in particular. Probably better with actor names. Yeah. It's not like I have so many Google tabs up right now of like every X-Men, everything. All One Piece characters. And like God knows I've watched enough episodes of One Piece, you think I'd remember by now, but
yeah, so here we are going to see that the gun is the mightiest weapon of all, going to take down Batman once and for all, and shouldn't be any problem of the tag team champions of SDEP and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson finishing out the game here. Even going to get a... Oh, man. That's a bat... Ooh. Oh, man. We almost...
Oh, Ichabod Crane off the top. Ichabod Crane off the top. We're good.
Well, that came out of... I was trying to think of which actor had the most DUIs off the top. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen comes in and grabs Ichabod Crane.
Oh, man. This is great. All right. So... Off the top for Sqweeby though, we do have Michael Jackson there, so we'll see if that's the lifesteal is gonna matter, but it is not, and that is gonna be a victory.
Did you just throw your casting brain out the window to think of cards?
Dude, at this point, all of my brain power is being used to think of card names that aren't the card names.
That was hard.
That was very difficult. But what I will say, I think if we put effort into it and actually wrote down a list of good names for cards,
I feel like we would have to know the matchup beforehand.
Yes, but it would be so funny.
The pool.
Because like the amount of times we're like, and Justice League gonna pull us a Batman with the 44 Magnum taking him off the field. That was great.
Pow pow pow. All right, are we sticking with it for game 2, or are we going back to normal?
Oh man, I feel like this is. Oh god, there's more new cards. Let's go back to normal.
Exactly. Okay. I do not know what I was gonna call Fiora. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, I think I had a name for
Probably Ramona Flowers, but
I had her as Betty White.
Why?
I don't know.
You just like saw a woman and just like wrote a different woman's name next to her, and we're like, yeah, that's clever.
Ian Nagaro wants us to keep doing it.
For Ian Nagara, seasonal runner-up,
Let's
I will
do it. We'll do it. We'll do
it again.
But Zoro's male. That's the problem with that. This is really more of a community cast where we're taking like references and suggestions from chat and trying to work it into the cast here. But we'll try to remember some of them. So we got Cyclops and Balto in hand and Keanu Reeves. See, we're remembering these slowly.
I'm looking at the units on. Okay, that's definitely that 2-2 on Sqweeby's field. 1,000,000% Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yeah. Guillermo del Toro comes down on the field, and Tenchuu, you can see the Nightfall already activated on Cyclops there, but I imagine we are going to want to try to get the combo down to get Keanu Reeves online ASAP and get not quite a 44 Magnum, but a lot of other guns online for Tenchuu.
I'm not going to lie, that is actually a lot more Cyclops than I am used to seeing in any deck. And one thing that I noticed is that there are... Okay, here's a question. I'm going to say a card name that's not in any player's deck. Is that acceptable, or do I still have to come up with a name for that? Because I feel like there's no context and nobody's
yeah, no, you can say it, yeah, because otherwise we won't know.
There are no Hush in Tenchu's deck.
Interesting, but there are Cyclops.
It's just the 2 Cyclops. Just the 2 Cyclops.
That is insane. Okay.
And now you might say, well, Boulevard, you can't really criticize him for it because it's working out for him. Not true, chat. If he loses here, he's out. He is just not top. That does not work out.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we do also in the hand of Sqweeby here. So if we do, what do we decide? We're going to Betty White here. Betty White in hand. Also, though, on turn 4, Jackie Chan hitting the field. So once...
Donnie Yen. I will stand by the fact that is Donnie Yen.
You're going to go Donnie...
And Donnie Yen's about to punch the hell out of Balto.
All right, fine. We'll go with Donnie Yen. I'll give you this one.
Yeah.
Man, Jackie Chan getting no love, man. Donnie Yen and Betty White, though, are kind of the 1-2 punch that we expect to see out of this barrier deck. So we'll see if they can get online here in just a second. And for now, though, going to get the Invoke online on the side of Tenchuu. And really a wide field established. I mean, we've talked about this before, Boulevard, where this sort of deck, you know, when you get the birds on field, they are able to go wide and be aggressive pretty early on sometimes. But I don't really know if that's the strategy you want to take versus something like barrier.
I mean, we're going wide, right? And that's something that can really get away from the barrier deck. They don't really have the tool. Like, they can constantly pick off one unit at a time, but if we... And you talk about what am I doing this all the time. Going wide with these... Is this a bird? Is it
I think
fish?
It's a bird.
It looks like 2 fish, but it's got sky in the name.
It's so confusing.
It's the moon spirit, though.
Let's call them Pisces.
Avatar.
They're Pisces.
I was gonna say, because the moon spirit and Avatar was the 2 fish that were circling in the pond together.
Which is Pisces. I mean, it's the same idea.
Sure. Okay, Pisces.
Going
fast and loose with the Pisces.
But again, I don't think that's the route you want to take versus barrier. You know, I don't think you're really going to keep up. I mean, I guess the idea is maybe you're just getting rid of their units before they have the ability to save them. And you've talked about this before, Boulevard, where barrier decks, once they get the units on board, they want to keep those units on board and not lose them. And if the opponent is able to deal with them all, if we are able to deal with Donnie Yen and Betty White as they come down, then, you know, it's usually hard for the barrier deck to come back from that if they can't find any additional units.
And Tenchu's gonna lose a fair amount of the board here. Donnie Yen throws out his Pokemon, says, Exploud, I choose you, and Exploud cannot be stopped. He is going to come after Keanu Reeves fast and hard, and while there is a... like, looking at this, and it kind of looks like that weird Da Vinci drawing that he always does with the
Veruvian Man.
That's what it's called?
Man, or I think I have that pronounced wrong, maybe. Hold on. Yeah, Vitruvian Man. Sorry, I forgot the T. Vitruvian Man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one for that. Yeah, the Vitruvian Man coming in. Yep. I like it. Somebody writing these down.
That is going to save Keanu Reeves for the time being. And this is where Exploud's going to run into the problem that we constantly saw the Warrior run into before, where this stun gun gets to come out and just constantly lock this unit up, and it's not going to be able to attack pretty much for the rest of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And Tenchuu also with a Bahamut in hand. I'm going to see if it's able to generate a couple extra cards, a couple extra Nightfall cards once it comes down. Bahamut always going to be a game changer in any game. And going to get the stun off here.
Is Bahamut the card all the way to the right of Tenchu's hand?
No.
Okay.
No, the dragon. Come on.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's what you were referring to as that? Jesus. Yeah, wow, we haven't even accessed the pool of Pokemon yet. Whew. Oh, man. So many opportunities here. This is great.
So this is Betty White, right? Betty White's coming down.
Betty White.
Is still going to be able to threaten the life of Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, man. He gets attacked by a Pokemon, brushes it off, and now all of a sudden Betty White is just going to come in and hit him in the face, and that's going to be the end of him.
Yeah, Squirtle coming down for Tenchuu there. Hitting the field, going to get that lifesteal, that drain effect off on Sqweeby. But another gun coming out of Keanu Reeves here. We're going to see if can do a little bit of work. I imagine this is going to go ahead and hit the... oh, no, sorry, yep, that's the Overwhelm gun. All right, we're going to go with Infernum. And that is actually really it's gonna heal up Keanu Reeves as well, which is gonna be nice, but also more importantly, get Keanu into his John Wick form there in level 2. See if he's able to do a little bit more work with those guns flying fast and furiously here. Falcor on the field of Sqweeby still stunned up. Did you name that one already?
Exploud.
Wait, I thought you were talking about the other dragon in Tenchu's hand. So that's what I was referring to as Bahamut.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's Bahamut, and then that's Exploud. Okay, got it.
Because I thought you had said the top deck Bahamut, and I'm looking at this 3/2. Like, that's not really Bahamut. Like, that's kind of bitch made. It's not even a dragon. It's a dog.
No, yeah. It's a dog.
Okay, that makes more sense. Speaking of dogs, Balto going to be taken out here as well, if we so choose it. And I gotta say, I need a good name for this one. Because this card is so good, so underrated, the amount of things that it does for this Donnie Yen Betty White deck.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yep. Jeffrey Chaucer.
Just going to call her Rohan. Because there was that girl from Rohan that killed the Shade, and it was like, no man.
Joan of Arc! Joan of Arc!
I am no man.
Joan of Arc.
I don't want to do Joan of Arc just because there was only because in Force of Will there were like 5 Joan of Arc cards, and I got tired of it so fast.
All right, well that's biased. Come on, that looks so perfect. Come on.
Okay, I will do Joan of Arc. So Joan of Arc comes down. And this is a massive board swing because it was a problem for Donnie Yen where if he wanted to send in Betty White to take care of something, then he was putting his own life at risk. But now he is safe and snug inside his little barrier cushion.
Yeah, and we constantly talk about this Donnie Yen Betty White combo in this deck. Like the barrier deck, if it's able to get Donnie Yen and Betty White online, especially on turns 3 and 4 back to back, which didn't quite happen. I think it was turns 4 and 5. I think Betty White came down on turn 5 here, but it's just so much stronger of a deck, and especially going up against these smaller units of Tenchuu, it's possible that the Fiora or that the Betty White WinCon could actually be online here, especially with 2 combat tricks in hand.
Absolutely not. So Sqweeby got pretty greedy here, threw down the Eagles, and now this Cyclops is going to get an insane amount of value under the 2 champions that Sqweeby has. And we didn't leave mana open for our sword and shield. That's a Pokemon reference. In order to protect Betty White or Donnie Yen after the Cyclops came out.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the other card that we will say, because it's not in the deck, Hush, not being played. These Cyclops we can see here are actually getting a huge amount of value, and maybe this is why Tenchuu opting for the Cyclops instead of the single silence effect of Hush. Because, I mean, when you see a board like this, which honestly, I mean, let's be real. We have tons of barrier decks that we're constantly seeing in the format with fields like this that happen. And when you are silencing 2 units on board, man, it's going to feel good. We're going to get rid of a Betty White here. We could potentially get rid of Donnie Yen if we decide to block it. Looks like we might. Yeah, we just throw the doobies in front of it. Yep. Yeah, and it looks like we are going to Cyclops them down.
This is a lot of resources out of Sqweeby. And Tenchuu still has Bahamut, still has Keanu Reeves, still has...
Keanu Reeves in his John Wick form, no less. So level 2
who's
there.
Who's that babe to the right of John Wick?
Oh, God. Kagome. We got a Kagome in hand on the side of Tenchuu.
I don't know who that's is.
For Inuyasha,
That's the girl
man.
From Inuyasha, right?
She's a priestess.
What did she do? Was she? I don't know anything about Inuyasha.
Oh, it's such a good anime. They just made a new one of like Kagome's daughter or something. It just came out on something.
That sounds so.
I know
bad.
yeah, I wasn't too excited about that.
It's like Fuller House.
Please don't talk about that show.
Like, I didn't need that. I didn't ask for this.
Please don't talk about that show. Oh man, we got a stun gun in hand from John Wick. Keanu Reeves there hitting the field. And Combat Trick coming down now, though. Going to take care of Keanu Reeves just as quickly as he came into the game. So going to be unfortunate here for Tenchuu. And I don't know. I mean, things aren't looking great, really, for either player. So I'm curious to see if Sqweeby is able to close out the game here.
I think that the Bahamut is going to be a massive turning point for Tenchuu. But it does really depend on which members of the Justice League he can assemble. And he needs to hit members of the Justice League as well. Remember, the entire pool
goes all of them. Yep.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is available to Bahamut. He can't necessarily pick what he's going to choose. If Aquaman comes out, that's
terrible.
It's Aquaman. That's so bad.
We need a Wonder Woman. We need a Superman.
We need a Batman. We need a Superman.
Shenron.
What's his name? What's the big rock guy that killed Superman?
The big rock guy that kills Superman? You're just Googling big rock guy that kills Superman.
Because it's not Darkseid, I think. It was not Lex Luthor.
No, it's not Lex Luthor. Come on. It's definitely not Lex Luthor.
3 bad guys in Superman.
All right, well, here's Kagome. What do we got from the Justice League? None of the heroes there, it looks like. What's like a knockoff Justice League person?
I think I was thinking of Doomsday. Yeah, Doomsday.
So we're gonna go. Oh man, all right, never mind. Well, Danger Noodle hitting the field. I do, regardless of that actually being a Runeterra reference. I actually just love the name for that card. So we're gonna Danger Noodle. So Kagome really not getting a whole lot of work done there on the side of Tenchuu. Got another Joan of Arc in hand though, which honestly might not be terrible to pair a barrier onto. What did you say this was again? X-Cloud?
Yeah, what is... This guy's handsome. This is Tom Cruise. This has to be Tom Cruise. Look at the jawline.
How did Tom Cruise end up being one of the worst cards in the game?
So I always wondered about this, where, like, if you look at a game of League of Legends, and you have all the champions just kind of, like, running around doing their own thing, and, like, you take a second and, like, you kind of appreciate, like, how fantastical a lot of these champions look, and then, like, Twisted Fate steps out, and it's just a dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, Twisted Fate just looks like some guy, and then he fights, like, Cho'Gath, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
He's throwing playing cards.
Like, I'm just imagining it's X-Cloud, and it's the reincarnation of Joan of Arc, and Bahamut's on the other side. And then Tom Cruise
just comes in.
Not a character, just Tom
coming
Cruise.
In hot, baby.
Mission impossible, baby. And that is the line that Sqweeby is on. It is looking a little difficult to actually pick up the win here. What are we going to call this dragon that was made by Bahamut? Because I think it was Smaug.
Oh, Drogon.
See, I liked Smaug because he talked a big game and died in 5 minutes. And that's what this one's
gonna
do.
Smaug. Smaug's actually a good one too, yeah. God, there's too many names in like fantasy universes out there. I really hope somebody in chat, if you guys are watching, please, for the love of God, write these down. We're going to refer back to this.
If anybody has like been able to follow this, kudos to you.
Because I do want to, I would love to write these down and then on a future cast actually stick to the names the entire time. Because then I think it would be, oh my God, it would be so good.
Yeah.
All right, so got some more action coming down the pipe here. We're going to throw some landmarks down on the side of Tenchuu. And I think that, I don't know. I mean, who do we think, with it being turn 10 and we got, oh man, King Arthur coming down here for Sqweeby. I mean, this is definitely looking good.
That's not King Arthur. That's the whole round table.
It is a formation.
All of Camelot has come to play.
And all the barriers at least going to provide a defensive here for Sqweeby. So, you know, Tenchuu.
You still have that Cyclops in hand, but there is the Sword and Shield in Sqweeby's hand to sort of reapply that barrier after the Cyclops takes it out.
Yeah, which is really risky, too. I don't know if Tenchuu really wants to go ahead and blow Cyclops here on an attack like this, because it's really not a high-value attack, right?
No, because if you go in with Bahamut, you can even get chumped by Tom Cruise. If you go in with the other Angel, you know, the entirety of Camelot could just block you out. Like, your attacks are not good, even if Cyclops fully resolves.
All right, Betty White off the top for Sqweeby, too. Not really going to be the greatest draw here. Not going to be too impactful. And yeah, so I do like this open attack on the side of Sqweeby. You know, like, you know, you had alluded to earlier, I mentioned the Betty White win con, but not really looking like it's going to be a thing this game. So I'm not sure if Sqweeby, I mean, maybe reconsidering now. Maybe Betty White is going to be the difference maker here in this combat. If she's able to come down in the field. I mean, we do have enough mana for all of the cards to play out in hand. Sword and Shield, Betty White, but it looks like, yeah, we are just going to swing. The problem going against Targon, right, if you don't open attack here, there could be any number of Justice League cards that come out to just completely blow up your spot. And not for nothing, Tom Cruise is going to keep getting bigger.
That's fair. I don't necessarily know that Sqweeby has to go for an attack like this, because Tenchuu has one randomly generated dragon from Bahamut, one card that was stolen by Spell Thief, and then 3 unknowns. And while there are things your opponent could do if you throw down Betty White, there's no punish, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. If you are tracking,
other than, I guess, even Keanu Reeves isn't a punish because they can't get down the stun gun in the same instant.
If Sqweeby is tracking the hand well of Tenchuu, then yeah, you know that there's no, you know, there's just that dragon generated. Or actually, do you? Okay, yeah, you would have seen the Celestial get played and known that there's only, okay. So, I mean, yeah, if that's the case, I gotta agree. Maybe you do go ahead and throw down Betty White as well, because I don't think you win by not being the aggressor here, right? I think you have to. This is definitely going to be a big difference maker, though.
This is going to work out really well for Tenchuu, because now we have the pop onto the barrier. Sqweeby throws out the challenge of a duel, and Tenchuu has the... I was actually going to call this card Nopify in order to not call it its name.
Nope. I mean, it's the same thing.
The counter... I mean, I was going to call it Counterspell, because that's what it's called in, like, Dungeons and Dragons, but, like, that's just what we call these cards already. It's kind of a boring cop-out, it feels like.
Yeah, Counterspell is, like, everything. I was actually trying to think, what's its counterpart in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Solemn Judgment.
Yeah, I guess Solemn Judgment.
It's as close as we're going to get. We could call it Magic Jammer.
There you go, Magic Jammer. All right, yeah, actually, I like that in reference to this, too, so got a Magic Jammer in hand here. And unfortunately, gonna get this barrier pop too. So Sqweeby gonna still lose the Bright Steel formation, which is big here. Yeah, I mean, sure, Tenchuu loses bottom up, but not gonna be a big deal.
That's a strike, SJW.
What are you talking about?
You said the name.
What did I say? Which one? Ah, shit! I meant King Arthur. Or are we going with Knights of the Round Table? Which one are we using?
I've called it Camelot, King Arthur, and Knights of the Round Table. But Tenchuu gets Ninja Gaiden. We might. You said it was. What was the name of the character? Was it Ryu? Was that the main character of Ninja Gaiden?
Dude, we just looked that up yesterday. Hold on.
Yeah, because this might actually be able to sneak Smaug under the defenses of Sqweeby, and that could be absolutely massive on the following turn.
Ryu Hayabusa in the hand of Tenchuu.
There we go.
Gonna come in clutch here potentially. I mean, that might just be enough damage to close out the game. That would be very interesting. If we got Smaug and Ryu here together to just close out with double elusive units. So, and again, Betty White just absolutely not making an impact in this game. Coming down, but really doesn't represent much.
I'm actually a little surprised at the way that Tenchuu has played this. So he threw down the dog first, right? And instead, last turn, we could have played Smaug. That would have given us the ability to play the dog into Ryu this turn to push through the 14 damage potential lethal. I don't think it... No, it even still would have given us the Magic Jammer backup.
Well, Tenchuu gonna go with Charlotte's Web, actually, to go ahead and activate Doom Beast. Wow, not that... What did we call that one?
I just kept calling it a dog.
Squirtle. I think I said Squirtle earlier. So, Charlotte's Web gonna activate Squirtle's Nightfall
now
effect.
Is Pat streaming cuddling one of these instead of his Squirtle. And that's a horrifying image. What's the opposite of fan fiction?
Ryu Hayabusa, though, gonna come down, gonna give Elusive, and this is just enough to close out the game, but we do have Challenge of a Duel in hand. Go ahead, take out one of these units.
It doesn't matter. Tenchuu has Magic Jammer. Yep. So we are gonna get a game 3. I think this is where we stop. I don't think we can keep this up for game 3. I can't. This has been a long and arduous road.
My brain hurts.
This is not a good war.
This is terrible. Oh, man. And Tenchuu going to tie it up there, going to bring us to a game 3. You know, this has a lot of potential, though, Boulevard. It really does.
It does. It does. I would like to run this back at some
point. I would like to prepare more, right? Like actually have a list set up of, like, here are the cards, here are the decks we expect, and here's what we're going to call them, because that would be hysterical. Because some of the times we're, like, having Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, and the Justice League all interacting together just seems fun. Oh, man. All right. Tying it up for round 7. Again, both players very much on the cusp of making the top cut. Wow, now I can actually think normally again. And the loser definitely not going to make it. The winner has a shot. So we'll see.
I'm going to screw up and call Fiora Betty White.
Oh, man. So, game 3 going to get started here in just a second. I didn't even actually, because of us thinking of all the names, I don't think I even had time to register, like, what cards were in their decks. I'm more worried about what to call them. So, we didn't really take a second to look at the deck list here. So, on the side of Sqweeby, looks like we have the barrier again, and it's going to be, well, what do you know? A barrier mirror match. Go figure. So, Tenchuu actually looks to be playing 2 Golden Aegis, and oh boy, Boulevard. We have it's in the wild, it's in the flesh. There is a Whimsy main deck on the side of Tenchuu.
That's one way to deal with your opponent's Bright Steel formation.
I guess in the mirror.
The Screeching Dragon. I would imagine that, like, in the mirror, Whimsy gets a lot done. Like, a lot.
And not in the mirror?
Not in the mirror, it's a little bit more questionable. Mostly because, like, in the mirror, Screeching Dragon is one of the most threatening cards, as is Bright Steel Formation. Even Cythria is, like, just a pain to deal with. In the not mirror, it's not often that... I mean, there's obviously, like, a lot of value that you can get in it. Like, it is your one answer to the Watcher, and I think that might even be one of the reasons that Tenchuu is playing it. As well as Immortal Fire. You know, there's actually I was always surprised that this card never saw any play. Like, it was a one-of in some Karma Ezreals when it came out, and that was about as far as it ever got.
Well, it's like, it's almost the same reason why Purify doesn't see play, right? Like, it just doesn't seem like as impactful as its counterpart. And I gotta say, too, like, when we look at it here, Tenchu's basically cutting a copy of Golden Aegis for it, and Sqweeby's playing 3 versus Tenchu's 2, and I feel like Golden Aegis is one of the difference makers in the mirror match lately as well.
That's true.
It just seems, I mean, listen, obviously it's a pretty easy card to question because nobody plays the card, but I don't know. I would love to see it get some work done, and I don't think the Golden Aegis difference is going to matter because right now Tenchuu actually has 2 in hand. It might actually come back to haunt him if we aren't able to draw some more units, as we always see in barrier matchups, but we'll see what happens, so it should be interesting. And I'm so humble with the raid. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. You guys are just in time to catch the end of the last round of Swiss before we cut to top 8. We get to see a winner a little bit later today.
And who do you have your money on, SJW? I know we've got a good idea of the players.
Is that even a question?
It's what am I?
Yeah, no shit. Who else actually is ever going to win an online league series? Let's be honest here. Come on.
What about Sari?
All right. I mean, Sari's definitely off to a very quick start. I think.
What about Pep's?
Sari was undefeated after the first day, right? If I remember correctly, yeah. So Yeah, but like, it actually doesn't make logical sense to bet against What Am I in this tournament at this point. Like he is just more likely to win the tournament. Why? No idea. Like, sure, he's a pretty good, player, but he just wins this tournament. He just wins it. I don't know. Oh, great. See, you called me out and now Sorry's in chat.
Yeah, I did, because I knew Sorry was in chat.
Sorry, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I just can't in good conscience go against What Am I in this tournament.
He's sorry.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right, Concerted Strike, though, gonna come in for Sqweeby, and single combat gonna come in also, though. So lots of combat tricks being traded here, and that means both players gonna lose some units. And it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, I think, for really Tenchuu in this matchup right now with only one Screeching Dragon. Sqweeby definitely has the advantage here with the units in hand. And honestly, having rallies when you don't have units is very, very low impact. So I think that is going to be a problem that Tenchuu comes into here.
I mean, even just having Shen alongside Screeching Dragon feels like enough units to get pretty much full value out of the Golden Ages. Anytime that you have Shen in one other unit, like a normal Relentless Pursuit feels so bad, but being able to barrier up the Shen to send into combat safely is just a world of difference.
And all right, gonna pass back on over to Tenchuu. Yeah, and oh my god, yeah, Whimsy, not a card you really want to see right now. It basically acts as a hush if one of these combat trick, like if a Sharp Shaping comes out.
Alright, this match is over.
It is?
It ended in a draw.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Oh, because of time. Yeah, I see that in the chat.
They really dragged us out. We finally do this stupid thing, and it's like the game that lasts so long that it ends in a draw.